Hi, everybody. Welcome to the live. I am waiting for Mystria to get on here. I'm on here a little bit early because, again, I just want to make sure everything works and is okay. It's a little nerve-wracking, but it is what it is. So, yes. So, how is everyone this evening? I'm waiting for Brandy to get on. All right, here comes Brandy. All right.
Oh, you already went live. Oh, God, no, I just meant to. You already hit live. Okay.
I just wanted to make sure everything worked okay. Oh, Jeanette, thank you. Hello, Jill. Hi, Janice. Hello, Diamond Painting with Gammy. Hey, hey. I'm going to say this a couple of times. From what I'm predicting, because Randal Spangler will be on this live, the chat is going to go really fast. And so Brandy and I are going to be watching it. Oh, here we go. Craft and Judy, hello. Brandy, Jeanette is like, Brandy, you look beautiful, doesn't she?
Oh,
Hey,
thank
Mystria,
you.
what's up, girly? Cynthia, hello. Thank you so much, Morgana, for coming on. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. But the chat is going to be going, from what I predict, pretty fast. So if you have a question for Randal Spangler and we don't see it, Brandy and I are going to be watching the chat pretty closely. But if we don't see it, don't hesitate to ask it again. So again, I honestly don't think I'm going to be laying a drill down on this Spangler that I'm working on tonight. So yeah, we just want to make sure that we catch all your questions for him. He will be on probably in just a minute. Hello, Berta. Hello, Craft and Judy. Hello, Sue, Anita. Don loves diamond painting. Hello, AE Sales. Darcy. Oh gosh, I know. I'm excited too. I'm a little nervous, but a little excited too.
I know. I'm super excited. Hopefully because I'm on my phone, so I have my computer over here. Hopefully we can see everything. So I'm obviously not working on anything because I got my computer on top of it. So,
Yeah, I don't believe I'll be working on anything tonight either. Oh. Everything is great. Janice doing well. Brandy's doing well. We have been so excited for this live. And again, you guys need to know the last Monday of this month, Randal Spangler will be in Brandy's channel. We'll go, did we say 6 o'clock Central, like my time, but I won't go live. You'll be live.
right.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'll be going live. Both Kara and I will be on my channel, and we're going to have Randal Spangler will be on with us again. We're going to get to see some of the cool things we're going to get to see is we're going to get to see his art space, and he's going to be working on the prize, the original drawing or the original painting for one of the winners. And at the end of the live is when we'll be giving away all of our our grand prizes, including he's going to get to actually pick the number for the winner for that one particular prize. So I'm super excited about that.
So our friend Naomi is on here. Hello, Naomi, the Crafty Savage. Go check out her channel if you haven't. She's awesome. Hello, Sue Layden. Love you, friend. Pauline, hello. Yeah, she's saying she would like to look at his workspace, what have you. Cheryl, hello. Hi. Mindy's Diamond Moment is on here. Crafting with Christy's on here. I know I'm her favorite principal and she's my favorite student. It's an inside joke. Anyway, she's way too old to be my student. Oh my God, what a surprise. I had no idea Randal Spangler was going to be here. Woohoo. Yeah, I'm getting a little nervous because it's 6 o'clock and he's not on here. But again, He has Brandy's number. He has my number. So if he is having issues, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I had talked to him just a few minutes ago, and he said he was getting everything ready, and he was getting everything set up. So he should be coming on here soon.
All right. I'm glad, Craft and Judy, it was a surprise to you. Again, Cheryl, if I haven't said hello to you, hello. Hello, Velda. Hello, Cynthia Kelly. Hello, Rebecca. Need me to call him? Hello, Mindy said. Well, I obviously can't call him. I gave him my phone number in case there were any issues, but I don't have his number. He was like, great, got the link, fine. So hopefully he'll be on here in a few. So what are you guys working on? Are you guys participating in the, again, Season of Spangler event? Are you participating in Mindy's event? I'm trying to do both, which has actually been really good because my gnome that I'm working on for November with Mindy is smaller. So I kind of go back and forth. So when I don't think I'm making a lot of progress on my Spangler, I am doing Lazy Day. It's so much fun. The colors are completely vibrant. And again, this is a Diamond Art Club painting. I want to start out this live by saying I am extremely appreciative of all of the sponsors for this event, including Diamond Art Club. They're amazing.
Yes.
They've talk about the donations, Brandy. Take it away.
Well, we've been so grateful. Diamond Art Club has been wonderful enough to give us three $50 gift cards for winners. We also have for everybody that is doing the event, DP with Sparklers, Tima, is giving for this month 10% discount if you use draglings 10 again is the code, and I'll try to type it into the chat here in just a minute. And then also we have Bella Art Day Nicole has donated a $25 gift card to their shop. And I have one more that is a possibility, but until she gives me the go ahead, I can't really say anything of that. But we also have probably the biggest prize that I am super, super excited about is that Randall himself is going to be painting an original painting that, and it won't be a big one, but it will be an original print that someone will get to get. So I am super excited about and we also had one of my subscribers was sweet enough to send 3 pins. So we do have 3 pins also that will be in like some of the giveaways from our from the Whippin' Chat and everything. So I am super, super excited.
Okay, so Mindy is starting a new gnome. This will be her 3rd or 4th. Again, I'm slow going because I'm trying to do 2 at the same time, which always just bothers me because I just like one, get it up. I don't want to do anymore, but it's been so much fun to do the gnome and the Spangler. Yes, I'm almost done with virus detected. Berta, awesome. She said, I can't believe how fast it's going. I know, just Spangler multitasking is only for the office in my world. Mystria Diamonds, I need to get with you so I can get custom Christmas nails. Oh, while we're waiting for Randal Spangler, Brandy does amazing nails. And I have yet, mine are still janky, as Brandy says, naked nails. But I will be I will be putting some on. So yeah, Pauline's doing custom bookshelf. It's an amazing event and mystery event to do. What were you gonna say, Brandy?
Oh, I was just gonna say, because I love custom bookshelf. Right now I am very grateful because I had at one of my not the last live, but the live prior, I had an amazing person super chat me money because I was not able to get virus detected, and thanks to a couple of different people who were very sweet and wonderful, who did get me some money, I was able to go and get virus detected, and I had some points, luckily, so I was able to get treasure quest. So now I officially have the only Spangler painting that I do not have is Canine Christmas, because I can't get it right now. But I have all the draglings, so I am like, ooh.
All right. I know, Christy, I know I've got naked nails. Sylvia, hello. Cheryl is working also on Lazy Day. Patty, yes, we have awesome sponsors. It's amazing that, again, Diamond Art Club, DP with Sparklers, other people have absolutely been so kind to us. So yes. Now we
Yep,
use Randall.
Cheryl. Yep, Cheryl, the dragling needs a little mani petty, right on his feet. And yes, Berta was one of the sweetest ones that her and Jeanette are, who allowed me to be able to get virus detected. And I just cannot thank you guys enough for that one. I have not gotten the pumpkin one yet.
Okay. Hi,
so
Carly.
I wonder,
nice
do I
to
need
see you?
I wonder if I should.
I hope he's able to get on okay. I don't know.
I had turned off my notifications. If I disappear, I will be back. I need to check and see if he was able to get on.
Okay.
I don't know if you can still see me or not. I have no idea.
You're frozen, so get off, call him, and get back on so we can get him on. Berta is saying, if I get your address, I'll also get you Canine Christmas. Just need your Addy. Oh, yeah. Don and Sophie Grace, that Betty Boop is so sweet. Oh my God. Can you imagine?
Can you still hear me?
Yes.
I don't know if you can
still hear you. You're just frozen. Yeah,
okay.
We can hear you.
I'm just frozen because I'm not on the screen. So, and oh, really, computer? Are you kidding me right now?
Christy's already sent you a message on what Christmas nails she needs. Can you imagine the draglings at a nail salon and the trouble they would cause? I know, Naomi. They would cause big time trouble.
Okay, now I'm curious if you can see me again.
We can see you and hear you now. Yep, you're good.
Yay! I sent him a message, but
All right, here we go. Here is.
Oh, is he here?
Randall Spangler is in the house.
Hey, Randall.
Hi there.
How are you?
Good. Looks like I need to slightly adjust the camera there. Just a little bit. Okay.
It's so great to see you. Thank you for being here. Oh my gosh, this is thrilling.
Thank you.
I know. I am so excited.
And guys, you have to know this is all Brandy's deal. And, Brandy got him to our last retreat. Brandy got him to come on this live. I have nothing to do with that. And again, she actually got me into your paintings because at the beginning I was like, I'm not really a dragon person, but she's like, but look at them. And now here we go.
I was like, how can you not be? Look at them little faces. How can you resist these? Like, these are awesome.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm not a dragon person, but I like whimsical dragons, obviously. And the big, mean, ferocious dragons, I don't know. That's just not part of my world. But I admire the artwork people do with them. But I like the cute, whimsical dragons that have personalities, kind of like my cats. Mischievous, fun.
Oh yeah, cats have
Everyone is
that.
saying
Cats have
hello
that
to Mr.
ability.
Spangler. Everyone is saying hello. Hey, Randall. Thank you so
Hello,
much for
everybody.
commenting in the event that makes so many people very happy. Um, again, I don't know whether to call you Randall or Mr. Spangler,
Oh, Randall is
but
good. Randall is good.
they are very impressed with your just personal touch of, you're seeing things and draglings and books on people working on things and making comments on it. And that is so nice and so kind of you.
I love watching the pieces, and I know I miss some people's progression posts, but I do love seeing them. Especially the last few days since I got my children's book out, I've been kind of overwhelmed by signing them and packing them and shipping them and all of that. It's been a lot.
Be
And y'all,
exciting
if you have,
everyone you order.
that's
Yes.
right. If you
Yes.
have not, and unfortunately my computer decided to restart in the middle of this, but if you have not, if you go on to his website, which I think is randalspangler.com,
Yes,
if
that's
I'm
it.
correct.
Mhm.
And you can, and it's right there on the very front page. You can order the book, and y'all, it is so cute. It's got his, the beautiful
Oh, there he is.
illustrations.
There it is.
And
There it
there we
is.
go. And he signs each and every one of them. So I mean,
Right there.
you can't ask for anything better.
And again, I don't have young children, but I am a book person. Again, I saved a lot of the children's books I had when I was a principal, and I had them in like a tiered deal to put them in, and I just love them because picture books hit kids at all ages.
Yeah,
So so I
I've,
can't wait
I've,
to get it.
I don't have kids either, but I've always had, I've got a closet full of children's books. And for me, it kind of comes down to the artwork and how the whole book is put together. And if I think it's beautiful, I've got to have it.
It really is. I mean, it brings to mind the Chris Van Allsburg book,
Oh,
The
yes.
Polar Express, and
He's
just
amazing.
love that book and
Yeah.
love his artwork. And Cal Caldecott Award winner, which I'm certain you will be in no time with these books. So super excited that you
And I
started
can't
this.
wait because I can't wait for there to be more, because I'm going to add it to my collection. Like I was telling Randall on the phone tonight, I was like, I said, I ordered the book and I don't have grandkids yet. And at some point I will. I don't know that I'll let them hold the book, but they can come to grandma's house and I'll read it to them.
It's got a
Okay,
nice
so
shiny
Naomi,
cover. You could probably wipe
Naomi
it off
is
with a damp
asking,
rag.
where do they get the book? They get it on Amazon, correct?
No,
Or no?
just my
Okay.
website.
No,
Website.
Yeah, I
his
may end
website.
up on Amazon. This is my first one. Every step of the way has been a learning experience by doing it wrong and trying to figure out. Even the envelopes I'm shipping them out in. I originally bought a few hundred bubble envelopes, put a book in one, started throwing it around, and thought, that's not going to protect the book. So I went out and bought these harder cardboard envelopes I slide them into. And I was so glad when I took my first stack to the post office. They had this huge bin, and they just started throwing these packages into it. And I thought, I'm glad I got better protection for them. So they should arrive in good shape.
Awesome. So,
It's
Randy,
going to be so exciting to be able to get
do you
them.
want to tell everyone his website where they can get the book? Because I know people on the comments are excited about the book.
Yeah, so
Rand-
and Naomi, I think, posted it's randalspangler.com.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Naomi, for posting. That is awesome.
Trying to get my computer up.
Randall,
I was
if
going to
can
say,
tell you that, I feel disrespectful. Like, can you tell us about yourself, where you got your start, like where you got involved in art, just kind of about you.
Well, I started at a one-room country school. when I was, a little kid. We lived on a farm in northern Missouri, and about a quarter mile from the farm was this little schoolhouse, and there were probably 12 people in it. It was grades 1 through 9. They didn't have kindergarten, and one teacher. But I do remember being there in second grade and drawing artwork, and I loved it. And then after that, I went there for 3 years. We moved to St. Louis, and again, the art was my favorite subject. That was my best subject. Also, my others I wasn't as great at, but math especially. But I just always loved doing my art.
And they always say that the right hand side and the left hand side of the brain are connected. So if you have something creative you love, it actually builds connections between the right side of the brain and the left side of the brain. So, I'm certain your art helped you in your other subjects as well. So
it might have. I did make it through school.
And I know I can't see it right now. But someone did have a question on our Facebook page because I put out a post and I had a few people comment. And I know one person asked, where did you first get the idea for your draglings?
Well, I always like to make up what I drew, use my imagination. And the first dragons I drew were very kind of like big iguanas, a little more reptile-like and more realistic looking, even though they were small. And I drew them in a situation where they would almost be like a house pet, maybe like a dog or a cat, hanging around the people in the artwork. And this was back in the 80s. So then I was drawing a picture of a teacup on a saucer, and I drew 2 little dragons running around the teacup and running around the saucer, and that was the beginning of them. I started drawing the 2 little dragons, and then I went through a book of baby names and came up with Dagmar and Dewey as their names, a brother and sister. And it's just kind of gone from there.
and I am doing Lazy Day. Well, you can't tell whether it's Dewey or Dagmar. So, break the suspense. Which one is it? Brandy tried to help me on this yesterday. And I'm like, I can't see the bumps. I can't see them.
In that picture, it's neither one of them. I do draw other larger dragons, and I don't always give them names. One of them has been named Eldar. You will see a couple pieces I've done on my website named Eldar and Eldar's Secret. But sometimes, like in this piece and one called The Literate Dragon, which is also a diamond painting, it's just a big old dragon. And I have not given that dragon a name, but you can kind of tell by the scale of the room how big the dragon is compared to the cats, because Dagmar and Dewey are about the size of cats. So if it's a big dragon, it's probably not Dagmar and Dewey. As I add to the story, as I add to the story, I'll probably come up with names for some of these extra dragons.
Okay, so I've got.
And I know one of my favorite ones that I asked you was the blue dragon. Actually, does have, which is in Eldar's Secret.
Yes.
Has a name, and I'm looking forward to Eldar's Secret. Hope coming.
Yes, the blue dragon is Rupert. I haven't drawn him a lot, but he's been around for a lot of years, and he's a little bit bigger than Dagmar and Dewey. I always thought Dagmar and Dewey were kind of like cats. Rupert is more like a dog. So I see his personality a little more like a dog. Very devoted, there all the time. Where the cats are very mischievous and wanting to get into things and do their own thing.
Of course, we've got some more chat on here. Hello, Tina. So glad you are in here. Hello, friend. Cynthia would like to know what was the first piece of art you did, and Sue Layden wants to know, will the books be delivered before Christmas? I think she probably ordered some grandkid pictures.
They better be delivered before Christmas. Like I say, last Friday, I start shipping them. We are shipping them UPS, post office. They're what used to be called the book rate. It's the media mail is what it's called now. Uh, and they say that's a little bit slower than first class, but yet it's a more reasonable shipping rate per book. And I believe we are well ahead of, plenty of time to have all of them there by Christmas.
Awesome. And then again, more questions. Cheryl Katz wants to know, did you do the virus painting? Was that due to COVID-19? And then Cynthia wants to know, what was the first piece of art you did?
The virus piece, yes, definitely due to COVID. I virus detected on your computer. Virus detected in life. I'm always looking for subject matters for my computer pieces. If you look on my website, I believe I've done 8 different pieces, and they're all kind of based on what can go wrong with technology. And so that one fit in well. And then, of course, when the vaccine came around, I thought, I guess I need to do a vaccinated, where he's giving his laptop the vaccine. I don't think that one has been turned into a diamond painting yet. And
virus detected, yes, it's on Diamond Art Club. Yeah, it's been turned into a diamond painting.
Oh, I meant the second one in the series.
Oh, okay,
Vaccinated.
okay.
There's one
Okay,
called
got it.
Vaccinated that came after it.
Sorry.
That
My
I don't
mistake.
believe is on there yet. But as far as the very first piece of artwork, I remember going all the way back to 2nd grade in that country school, doing a big orange face. And it was probably on that, I'm sure it was with crayons. I'm sure it was on the old tablets with that old brown paper. I don't know if many of you are old enough to remember that old paper, the tablet they used to make tablets out of. And it didn't last very long, so I have no idea where it would be, but that's the first piece I remember.
Okay. Let's see. Cheryl says, lazy day will be completed by tomorrow. Well, my lazy day will not be completed by tomorrow, but I've loved every minute of it. Who was in the bunny slipper in Fairy Tale Dreams? Was that
Oh.
Dewey, Dagmar? I don't know.
Without the piece in front of me, I don't know if I could tell you. Is the tip of the tail sticking out? I don't remember.
I don't know.
In my
Is it
more recent ones, the Dagmar has eyelashes, but I did not always do that. So if you come across a piece and it looks like Dagmar with no eyelashes, that was probably still Dagmar.
okay?
But the other way to tell is there's like little dots on the cheek. I call them little warts. Dagmar has 4, Dewey has 5. And then the little round balls on the end of their tails, Dagmar has 4 and Dewey has 5. So you could look for those 2 things too. That might tell you.
Okay. Cheryl says, Randall, would you consider taking the draglings to places around the world and country? Again, people are talking about how they absolutely loved completing these for this collab. Jenny is on here. Hello, Jenny. Roxanne, hello. Just more comments. I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch the questions.
Okay, yeah, I've taken them around the world with, I hadn't really thought of it, even though I try to put them in realistic situations with books and cookies and computers and such. I like the idea that they're kind of timeless because they're in their own world. My computer pieces will be dated at some point because there's technology in them. But the other pieces with the books and such, I feel like are kind of timeless. I honestly had not thought of putting him in, like, I don't know, say in front of the Eiffel Tower or something like that, that might be a fun thing to do. I would love to go there to take a picture of it so I could use that for research. I've never been there.
And I love the way that your background and again, what you're filming on this looks like a Randal Spangler painting. It just does. The chair, the background, I'm like, it's classic. And I'm sorry, Brandy, how did I miss you out of the stream?
I was like, I'm backstage, girl.
Sorry. Ooh, sorry, I was a little enthralled. So Brandy, go ahead and talk. I've been talking enough.
Well, I was just saying that I love the fact that, in some of the paintings, you can see the wizard Ladnar, which I love the fact is your name spelled backwards. Like, did you always like envision putting yourself into the world, and that's where Ladnar came from?
Well, I imagine myself as the characters, so I get to kind of express myself through them, their frustrations or their love of books and cookies and all that stuff. When I was a kid, you always play around with writing. I'm right-handed, but at times I would try to write left-handed, and I would find I would just write everything backwards. And so, I think that's maybe where Ladnar came from.
Oh, I love that. It's kind of like, I kind of like it because how you tell us that the draglings come into the world through like the mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's kind of neat that, it's Ladnar's the mirror image of your name. I think that is so cool. I mean, that's so creative.
Thank you. It was probably accidental on my part, but.
Now,
Okay,
you have like, don't you do, or I don't know if you still do this. I know that at one point when I read on your website that you used to have like a Christmas thing at your house where you would have like, I don't know if it was necessarily tours or something, but you used to do something.
Yeah. I would have a Christmas open house where I would take this actually room I'm in and set up my art show display screens. I would set up approximately 18 of them here and invite all my local customers. I live in Kansas City. I did not do it last year, and I will not be doing it this year, but probably will do it again next year. For me, I've done it for 25, 30 years, maybe something like that. So, and I do it for 3 weekends in December, and it kind of became Christmas for me. It felt like when the open house ended, Christmas was over. All these people would come, and it was just wonderful to have everybody here.
Well, I know people, I'm sure, got a thrill of being able to be there and see your stuff. I mean, and do you travel a lot for your like art shows and stuff?
Well, I did. I traveled to art festivals for 42 years and about 35 a year. So I would drive close to 40,000 miles a year, all the way to the East Coast. Went to the West Coast once, Texas, Minneapolis, just all over. Like I say, about 35 different shows a year. And it kind of came to an end with the virus, which in a way for me has been a good thing. I needed to slow that down, and now I'm able to focus on things like my book, which I originally wrote this story probably 20 years ago. It might even been a little bit longer, but it was way back. And and I'm great at procrastination, and I'm kind of a perfectionist about some things. So it was never just right until I had the time to sit down and work on it. And I started working with a couple people here in Kansas City that one lady has helped edit. And her husband has assembled the book, done all the technical work on it. And I told him to push me to finish this thing, and they did, and we have it finished, and I'm thrilled.
I always say, you and I are possibly a little bit similar. I don't have the artistic talent in my little finger you have, but I always say if it wasn't for the last minute, I wouldn't get anything done. So,
Yes.
oh my gosh. Okay, so Roxanne says, I remember seeing your artwork in craft shows in the mid 1970s. That's amazing.
Well, my
Wow.
first shows were, I think 1977 was probably my first
Wow.
art fair. So she must live here in the Midwest somewhere. And I think
Possibly, yes.
Kansas City and St. Louis were probably where I very first started at my shows.
Wow. Well, Wolfpack is in the house. I'm bringing Brandy back in. I'm trying to watch for her when she goes off. Hello. How are you, Wolfpack? So glad you're here. I don't know. She's gone, but Jeanette, she's coming back. She's back. Can we
Can
hear
you see
Brandy?
me? Can you see me or can you just hear me?
I can see something that looks partially like a light. No, I can't see anything on the main screen, but I can hear you.
You can hear me. Well, at least you can hear me. I'm telling you, this is what happens when you live in the country, and things hate you in the country.
Roxanne, who went to one of your first art shows, said yes, she lives in the middle of Iowa. So
Yes.
yeah.
I love Iowa. It's one of my favorite places to go. It really is.
Well, my grandparents used to live in Mason City, Iowa.
Oh, yeah. I've been there.
It was very quiet, and when I was younger, I was like, do we just have to sit here and watch the corn grow? And now I have developed a healthy appreciation for, let's just go to someplace quiet where we can think and not have to deal with crowds and people. And so, yeah.
I believe in Mason City, Iowa, there is a building designed by Frank Lloyd Wright.
Yes.
And I stopped through there and took a tour of that a few years ago.
Well, what's interesting too is Robin, who is Patty Wax and Distracted by Diamonds. You're not licensed with her, but she's got a diamond painting company, and she and I became friends at the beginning of my diamond painting journey. Okay. She was back. Where is she?
I'm telling you, y'all just gonna have to get my voice. I'm so sorry, guys.
And she called me and she said, we want you and Marlon to come with Ben and I, and we have gotten a house. It's like an Airbnb or, a VRBO. And she said, are you familiar with Frank Lloyd Wright houses? And I said, well, I'm familiar with him. He was a very famous architect, got that. But no, I've never been to one of his houses, whatever. And she showed me pictures. They're phenomenal.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. As a kid, at one point, I wanted to be an architect until I found out it took a lot of math, and I changed my mind about that. But I love architecture.
His architecture is one of a kind. It's extremely modern, and just seeing those pictures, you just want to see it. Randy, you're back. Can we hear you?
I don't know. Hopefully you can. I know that I've seen the buildings or the houses that you've painted are absolutely gorgeous. And I'm telling you, now granted, I'm a Halloween person, but I love your haunted house one. Like that one it speaks to me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love architecture and I love doing the house drawings. They are a bit more Victorian style. But then I elaborate on them and I make them extra tall and extra ornate. But the haunted house, I was really going for something very traditional, haunted looking, and just have a real spooky feel to it. And if you kind of look closely, you'll notice the front doors, they kind of create a face in there with, and I like to create, kind of hide little things in some of my artworks.
Oh, now I got to go back and look because I don't think I noticed the face. Oh, I got to go look.
Karen Walker says, hello, Mystria Diamonds. Okay, so Cynthia has a question. She says, what artists inspire you or do you admire?
So many. You did mention Chris Van Allsburg, which is amazing. Not only are his books and his writing amazing, but each book is a unique style of artwork. It's not like it's one particular style through all of his books. And that's pretty incredible for an artist to be able to come up with all these different styles and do it all so well.
To write the books and illustrate the books. Like you've got
Yes.
Jumanji that inspired the
Yes.
movie, and
Yes.
then the Polar Express, and so many that I just absolutely love.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
I guess my picture's frozen, but hopefully y'all can still hear me, right?
We can hear
Yes.
you.
Mhm.
We
I have
can
a
hear
really
you.
I have a really weird look on my face when it froze, but hey. That's called the internet, y'all.
I know. Hey, Karen Walker. So glad to see you on here. Stacy's Ritzy DP Craft. Have you thought about making your dragons into figurines? And Jamie Novak says, I love your artwork.
Thank you. Actually, my dragons were made into figurines back in the 90s. Actually, in the late 80s, a friend of mine here in Kansas City, that was a sculptor, sculpted little figurines, and we actually produced some ourselves. And we sold them in some local stores for a while. And then we realized how much work it was to do your own figurines. You not only you sculpt them, you make molds of them, you clean it all up, then you hand paint each little figurine, and then you try to take it out somewhere and sell it at a price that you can actually make some money off of it. And that didn't last too long, but those figurines are still out floating around. And then in the 90s, a company called Possible Dreams did a line of figurines, and they did about 22 different ones. And that company is now, I don't know if they got sold to a larger company or they're just out of business, but they've been gone for many, many years. But you will still find those figurines out floating around, maybe somewhere on eBay or something.
I know. I keep trying to find them. I do. I keep searching. One of these days, I'm going to find one. Who was Nicole Diamond Paints wants to know, does the cat in so many books, so little time have a name?
That would be, let me think which cat it is. It's a black and white. I'm trying to think. I have a black and white cat now, and her name is Elizabeth, but she is 10 years old, and I can't remember if I had, I think I did that piece of artwork before her. So it might have been Felix, another black and white cat I had before him. But I do like to put my cats in my artwork. In fact, on the cover of my book, I don't know if you can see it there, but up in this corner, there is a cat eye peeking out from the back, a yellow and white cat. And that would be Samantha, a cat that I had many years ago. She had a yellow eye and a blue eye. And again, they're all strays that I've picked up along the way.
I think that's awesome that you're such a animal lover. I mean, I know that I love the Canine Christmas, and I know that you have the I don't know what the name of it is, but I know you have a cat one that is also like a companion piece to the Canine Christmas.
Called Oh Kitten Tree.
Oh, Kitten Tree. How cute is that name?
Well, there's 4 pieces in that group. There's Oh Kitten Tree, there's Frosty the Snowcat, Here Comes Santa Paws, and Perfect Harmony. So there's 4 in that group.
Well, one of them has a bulldog in it, and I have an English bulldog. Her name is Bella. But the cat I'm working on Lazy Day looks to be a cat. I'm a cat and dog lover. You know, I love all animals. And the cat in Lazy Day, if it was just a hair lighter, we called him Dusty because he was a orange and yellow cat, but it looked like he had a coat of dust on him,
Oh,
just with some
yeah.
white or gray hairs over the
Yeah.
top. So we called him Dusty. So yeah. Okay, Suzanne wants to know, when did your art career take off?
You know, when you do it 42 years, you know, and I started basically, even in the beginning, you know, I came to Kansas City. I'll go way back. Came to Kansas City early 70s, must have been 74, to go to the Kansas City Art Institute. Went there for a couple years and then kind of dropped out and did my own thing. And, you know, back then, I would have looked at where I was at, say, 10 years later, and thought that was it. That's what I want to accomplish. But when you get to that point, it's like, well, no, that's not it. I want to accomplish this. You know, and I don't feel like my art career has taken off yet. I guess it's because I'm so critical of what I do. Or something. I just am always focused on what is my next project and what do I need to do. And maybe when I get that one done, everything will come together. So I don't know. I think maybe that's what drives me and keeps me going, is the fact that, you know, I don't feel like I have made it, or I'm, you know, where I want to be yet.
Well, for
Growing and
us, you are
changing and
definitely
doing things that scare us.
you are definitely huge in most of our eyes. That's for absolutely
Well,
sure.
thank you. Thank you.
Mindy wants to know, is your art painted, drawn, or digital?
It is all drawn and painted. I do not know anything hardly at all about technology, as you can tell by. I thought I was waiting on everyone to come on to my phone at 6 o'clock. And then I thought something's wrong here about 8 minutes later. So I went. So no, I do not do anything digital. It is. I work on a brownish tone paper, kind of a light tan anyway. And I draw it out in pencil. Then I do watercolor washes as my first layer. It's kind of my base coat. And then on top of that are colored pencils, and layer after layer of colored pencils, and then some watercolor back on top of that, just to kind of smooth out the colors and darken areas and such. So it's all hand done, you know, without help of the computer.
All right. Someone said, oh, Cynthia said, I voted on all 4 in a DAC poll. Like, she wants all the Randal Spanglers, all of them.
Oh, I know.
I
I
am
want them
still
all.
waiting. I am still waiting on the DAC with the ice cream with the draglings. I want that one so bad.
Yes. Well, I'm sure they will do a lot of these.
I know you can't. I know you can't say a lot, and I'm not trying to get you to say a lot, but
honestly,
that one is. Oh, I love it.
They don't tell me what they're releasing. They always surprise me with what they're releasing. They do ask for a lot of images up front, but they probably have 50 or so, or maybe even 60 images on hand right now. But I have done over the last 42 years a few hundred images.
Whew.
So they're kind of picking and choosing, you know, and which is, I think, you know, they can't release them all at once.
Sure. Sure. Even though we wish they could, we couldn't afford it all at once. So we're glad they're kind of doling them out.
Yeah.
No, but I would try to go broke getting them. I'm telling you, because I already said I'm gonna have a Spangler room. I mean, and it's my little room. But and I want to say, Mindy, yes, the Canine Christmas has a Dotson. If I want to say correctly, I want to say the Dotson is down at the base of the tree, or, you know, at the dog tree. I want to say the Dotson's there, and he's got like a little sweater, I think, on.
Yes.
You know, say one of your Christmas trees also has like a bulldog looking dog. It's a smushy faced dog anyway.
Yes. That is something I learned over the years of doing my artwork. Of course, I like dogs and cats. I'm more of a cat person because I have cats. I think they're probably a little easier to take care of. I can just let them do their own thing. But as I started drawing them, I found that cat people pretty much like anything with a cat in it. Dog people, almost every time someone says, "Do you paint dogs?" they go, "But do you do a bulldog? Do you do a dachshund? Do you want do you do a German shepherd? Do you know?" Everyone wanted their own breed of dog in the picture. So it makes it very difficult to do a dog picture and make everybody happy. Unless you put a lot of breeds in one picture.
Well, see, that's why I like Canine Christmas, because I have Dachshunds and I have a Husky, and I can see them in the tree, and I'm like, I just absolutely love that there's so many different breeds of dogs in that one, which is why I want that painting so desperately. Because I just absolutely love it. And look, we already have someone. Nareda said she just recently bought her very first Spangler. I said one of my goals is I want to convert as many people to be Spanglerites as possible, because as long as I still can get my paintings, I'll be okay.
Randall, I don't care what anyone says. Brandy of Mystria Diamonds was the first Spangler girl. She, again, she discovered you, absolutely loved your artwork, went crazy over it. And I was like, dragons? Well, I don't know. And then here I am buying Universe in a Jar, going, oh my gosh, I love this one.
It's got great colors in that one.
It does. And then she and I at the retreat, what came out? I think what did we buy together?
Evening
Chocolate Trouble.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, we bought double chocolate trouble.
Thank you for correcting me. I'm sorry, but we got it, and that's when Diamond Art Club was releasing your work and several other artists' work. And if you didn't get it in the first 10 minutes, you weren't getting it. So we were like, we did the happy dance.
Everybody got a chance to see me do my Spangler dance. I have a Spangler dance because every time that one of your paintings comes out and I managed to get my hands on, especially in those times where they were selling out so quickly, if anybody ever filmed me, it was crazy, but they got to see it because I'm out there on the porch and I'm like, I got it. I did my little Spangler dance. So.
Well, it was funny at the last retreat when Brandy had arranged to have you come. And, no one knew about it. All I knew was Brandy was outside with some dude talking by a truck. I'm like, who is this? And then, came in, Spangler is here. And I'm like, well, she'd been, again, she was the host of this and had been talking to you for a while. And a Spangler had come out. What was it, Brandy?
Evening Entanglement.
Evening Entanglement. So I, of course, went on, and that's why I said to you, I don't know if you remember this, but you were answering questions at the retreat, and I looked up and I thought, this poor man thinks we're not paying any attention to him at all. And I looked up and I said, believe me, we're not on our phones because of anything other than this painting has come out and we're all trying to get it. And then Brandy looked at me and says, I wasn't able to get it. And I'm like, oh, I'm going back in and getting it. And so I did. I thought, how ironic that she is hosting this event and couldn't get it because it ran out or something. So it was funny. But I just didn't want you to think we weren't paying attention to you. We were just all on trying to get your latest one.
Well, it looks like Stacy says she bought her first Spangler, Virus Detected, and today she just bought her book. And Leona says she has all of the Spanglers. So see, I'm not the only one that has them. All of us, we want all of them. I mean, I will. Yeah, I have to have every single solitary one that comes out. I need it.
Well, thank you.
Brandy, do you not find it interesting? Again, the backdrop that he is sitting in looks like one of his paintings. Like it would be the backdrop that the dragons were in. I find that amazing.
Well, I like that feel. I do like antiques. So I have some Gothic style antiques. And such. And I like old books, just like in the artwork, and all of these things, and that just that warm, fuzzy feel. So I try to make the house feel like that also.
It's a very warm feel. It sure is. I have them all too. Roxanne says, Cheryl says, I have them all. Karen says the newest one's on its way. Narita says I did buy the book. So yeah, people are loving your art and loving you. And again, we are just so thrilled to have you on here.
Thank you.
Oh, this is so cool. WT Fair You Reading says, Mr. Spangler, your art process is the same as my daughter's. She hand draws cards on tone tan and watercolors and shades them with pencil, and she's 19. That's pretty
Wow.
cool.
That is. Yes.
I just think artists draw inspiration from each other, and
Yes.
you know, this has nothing to do with art, but on my channel, I'm a diamond painter for sure, first and foremost, but I've drawn inspiration from people that are doing DIY projects, and I'm not going to copy them, but you just draw inspiration from them, and you look at things that you like and you do them. And I may be a dismal failure, but you can try it. And so, from the artists you have been inspired by, I'm certain you draw certain elements from their pieces of art.
I'm always inspired by other artists. A lot of times it might be the technique they use, or just the feeling they capture in a piece of art with the colors they use and such. And I keep like a portfolio of either of both photographs I see I like and maybe other people's art. And I think, oh, I need to do a piece of art that kind of has that feel to it. So yes, I do. I am inspired by many other artists. Yes.
Okay, let's go back in the chat. Hello, Rena. Glad you were here. I'm a book lover, so I have 4 of your artwork with books in them. You do a lot of artwork with books, so that's great. I want all of them. When working on your paintings, I feel excited and relaxed. Can't wait for your pictures to come to life. Randall, can you make a painting of the draglings getting into mischief at a nail salon? I don't know.
And Cheryl,
I guess I've never been to a nail salon, so I never thought about that.
Cheryl is interested to know about traveling draglings to landmarks around the world. Is that something that you have contemplated?
I haven't thought about it. No, it would be interesting though. I sometimes find interesting frames. I've started going to estate sales the last couple of years, and I've really enjoyed that a lot. And now I'm kind of looking for unique picture frames at these sales. And I found one a couple months ago, and it's wrapped in leather and has kind of these silver, what would you call them? Kind of like studs or medallions on it. Mm-hmm. It's a very Western look. And I thought, a dragon with the cowboy hat, a Western dragon. And then
Texas, I'm all over that.
But then a friend of mine was over this past weekend, and I was showing her this frame, and she said, "Oh, a dragling on a rocking horse," and I thought, there you go. So cowboy hat, rocking horse.
Yeah, because I think it would be really neat, especially like how you like architecture, and I think it would be kind of cool to maybe see draglings coming into the world in like Paris, and they have like the little cookies there in Paris, and they've got like the architecture in the background that you could see. I think it would be really cool looking.
I honestly, I had never thought of doing that, but now that it's been mentioned to me, that would be neat. And I've
actually have croissants instead of cookies because they're in France.
And they could have like a chocolate drizzle frosting on top of the croissant. Ooh.
Yes.
That sounds good.
There you go.
I'm getting hungry now.
Okay, so Shine Like a Diamond is in the house. Hello, Beth. So glad to see you. Hello, Mickey Joe is in the house. again, these are all our friends, Randall, and we're just so thrilled that they're here and get to see you and get to hear about your art journey and everything. So yeah. Mindy says Brandy has a beautiful frozen face. She does, but we can still hear her, so that is half the battle.
Yeah, I'm just glad y'all can hear me. Pauline wants to know, what piece are you working on at this time?
Yeah, sneak peek.
You know, I didn't bring anything up here with me. I've just been working on some small pieces of art. In fact, one of them is the going to be the one of the grand prizes for this season of Spangler. At the end of it, it'll be a very small original, all framed up, but that'll be one of the prizes.
So great of you to do. Thank you so much. We appreciate that so much. The only problem is I want to be in the drawing, and I'm a host of this, so I can't be in the drawing. But we hope we make everyone happy by doing that. And of course, you will definitely be making everyone happy by that. I'm like, I just want to be in the draw. How do I get the drawing for that? Well, you can't, Kara. You're hosting it. So we got to be fair.
And Robin says, would you ever consider painting the draglings diamond painting? Maybe a painting of themselves.
You know, a couple other somebody at the retreat mentioned that also, and I think that would be kind of a neat idea. Also, yes. I haven't quite figured out what it will look like, but that will probably happen.
Yeah, that would definitely be a really neat one. Like, have you ever? Oh, I just had the question was in my head and it just went all out of the way. I guess, have you ever done like a picture of, and maybe I've missed it, like of them in Omlandia?
Yes, there's different parts of Omlandia. Again, if you looked on my website and went to the houses, there are some where I've done mushrooms and put houses on top of mushrooms.
Oh, okay.
I would say that's part of Omlandia. Even the Victorian houses I do. I would say that's part of Omlandia also.
Okay. Cheryl wants to know, any of your old friends or family feeling amazed at your success story?
You know, again, it's been such a long process, 42 years. You know, it's kind of a very, very slow progression to more and more things happening with the artwork that, you know, it doesn't seem like a sudden, again, going back to you've got it made type of situation. It's more like, well, this is kind of what I've done for 42 years. I'm just doing more of it, you know.
Okay.
Now, my mother, I did just send her my book. She is 96, and she was a school teacher all her life. She still lives by herself and drives. And
Yay for the school teachers.
And she was very thrilled with the book, because she was going, I can't believe it. How do you even do such a thing? You know, so, but you know how mothers are.
Yeah, but this is one of those times where, you know, when your mother tells you, you know, you are so talented and you have done such an amazing job, that she's really correct in this one.
She is. And I can't imagine what she would say to you. I know she is so proud of you and your talent. And I know I asked you this question at the retreat, but I'm certain people might want to know this. I asked you at the retreat, again, I'm working on Lazy Day, and that little detail of that sweet little dragon foot sticking out of the quilt. How do you think of all that? Like, it's just the details in your paintings that make them fantastic.
Well, you know, a lot of it is I put myself into the artwork a lot, like the position of the dragon in the bed, and what I feel like I can feel myself sitting there under the quilt with the cat. Of course, my kitty loves to get up and lay with me right next to me when I'm sleeping,
Right.
after walking across me. Um, but and your foot sticks out from under the cover sometimes, and so I don't know. Those things just kind of happen as I do it.
Yeah, because that was the reason I purchased this painting.
Yeah.
I don't have every single Randall Spangler, but I have many, and it's because of a detail that I see. I mean, the first Randall Spangler I unboxed on my channel was the universe in a jar.
Hmm.
And it was because I made secret potions as a child. And I would take every concoction in the bathroom, fingernail polish, toothpaste, whatever, and I'd make these
Uh-huh.
secret potions. Well, that painting reminded me of that. And I thought, I've got to have this.
Oh, that's
So
wonderful.
that was my first Randall Spangler I ever purchased.
Mhm.
And I'm going to do it because, again, it just reminded me of so much. And again, that's what artists do. They put you in a situation or pull you back to a time where you remember something that's
Mhm.
important to you or special to you. And
Mhm.
that's exactly what you do. So
That's kind of why I do what I do, is because I guess it's kind of my therapy. It does that for me. It takes me back to when I was a child at my grandparents' home, and under, like I say, under the quilt, or reading books, or just all of those things that, when the world is warm and fuzzy and your grandparents are there and the house smells like fresh baked cookies, and the fireplace is going, and all of that feeling is what I try to capture in the art.
well, and again, we are so grateful and blessed that there are artists like you. Do we all have those memories? Yes, we do. But it takes people like you to capture it in art form and, give us a feeling. I could never do that. But at the same time, I'm so thankful there are people like you that can with me. And again, your art gives me a feeling and it makes me happy. And again, that little, I mean, again, the reason I purchased this one was that little foot sticking out of the quilt. I mean, at night, you have to be at the right temperature as an older woman. And so my foot is sticking out of the quilt. I mean,
And I know I had asked you this because I had gone back and looked at, because I go and I look at your website a lot and the pictures, and I find it interesting. Can you tell us about the progression actually of the dragons? Because they did, the little draglings, Dewey and Dagmar, did not actually look exactly the same when you first started, and like where did you decide, or why did you decide to like change their look?
They started out, and they were very, again, a little more reptile looking, and they had very small eyes. And I just, as I drew them over and over, they kind of developed their own personality. And so the drawings kind of started to reflect that, I believe. I made them a little rounder because they were eating a lot of cookies. And then their eyes, I just feel like when you're looking at them, you kind of connect with them through their eyes. And I felt like their eyes needed to be bigger. And so you could just really put a lot of expression into the eyes rather than just little beady eyes. I like the idea that they're bigger, and you can really, it's amazing by just what position you put the eyelid in, how it makes them look, and their total expression changes with just a little different shape of the line.
Oh yeah, I absolutely, I have fallen in love with their little eyes. I mean, like I said, like they could look at me and ask me something and I can't say no. Because I'd be like, you want them, hold on, you want the whole cookies? Let me go, I'll get you the whole cookie store.
Yeah.
But like when you're painting them, do you kind of feel like you're going on, this may be a weird question, but do you ever feel like you're going on the adventures that you're painting with them?
Oh yeah, definitely. When I'm painting them, I feel like I'm in the painting. I really do. I can feel the fabric of the pillow and smell the books, the old leather bound books and all of that. Yes.
Oh, I have to admit, I'm a huge fan of smelling like it. People think I'm weird, but like if I can find old books, I like opening them and that musty type smell. I don't know. It just reminds you that you're holding something a little bit older. And I love the ornate. So with because maybe you like older books, is that why a lot of the books have those ornate covers to them?
Yes, yes. I like a lot of patterns and designs, and I like to put a lot of designs in the woodwork, on the books, on the fabrics, on the wallpapers. I just like all of that design and design on design. It's fun to do.
Okay, Pauline, or sorry, yes, Pauline, do you have children or just your fur babies?
Just fur babies.
All right.
How many fur babies do you actually have right now?
2. And I think there's one under the desk right now somewhere. Where is she?
Would she like to be a YouTube celebrity?
Well, I don't know where she went. She's probably at the food bowl by now. She's
Oh,
she's
okay.
a little heavy. A friend of mine found her in a window well, and she was yelling loudly for her mother, and they never found the mother. They went to neighbors' houses and couldn't figure out whose kitty she was. They called the shelter and they said she's too young. She has to be bottle fed. We can't do it. She'll probably just die. So she called me and I ran over and got her and bottle fed her. And she's my little girl. She's 10 now, but I'm just so attached to her.
So Bella Art Day Nicole is in the house. Hello, so glad you're here. My bulldog would absolutely be in my lap, but we keep feeding her too many treats because she's got that sweet face. And every time she looks at us, I'm like, oh, here, have a treat. My vet is ready to just go, look, she's got to go on a diet.
Yeah.
Hey, Melly. I just saw Melly come in.
Glad you're here.
Well, I know that I think it's really cool, the different, because I know I've recognized the black and white cat in the paintings. There's also it's like almost pure gray cat. I want to say I can't remember which one it is, but he's right up above the candlelight.
Yes. Now I've never had a totally gray cat. Sometimes I just make up cats to put in them too. Sometimes I need
So
to.
you're an artist. You can make up things. That's the fun of it.
In some situations, you might want to. I will choose maybe a particular color cat because of how it looks against the background behind it. And sometimes I will change colors of cats just so the whole picture and piece of artwork looks better.
Oh, Ashley. Oh, this is so neat. Ashley says, oh, I love the fact that you bottle fed her. I just had to bottle kitten myself, but leaving for a transport soon. So she went to another foster.
Oh.
Now, have you been an animal lover your whole life?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Always had dogs and cats. Yes.
What's probably okay, other than just out of curiosity, other than domestic animals, do you have a favorite, like, exotic animal?
A favorite. I'm not so sure that's something I ever thought about. When I look at the documentaries of animals in Africa or other places in the world, I just think they're all beautiful. So no, I can't think of one in particular.
Okay. And okay, so like our hobby is diamond painting and crafts. And I know that you do your art as, your fun as well, but do you have any other like hobbies besides your artwork?
I wouldn't say I had hobbies. I have always had a desire to write, and my bedtime storybook is kind of it's a very simple book. It's just a rhyming bedtime story. It's what it is. But ever since I was in high school, I would sit down and try to write a whole story and just write pages and pages. But I've not had any training in writing. And, and then I get to a point where it's like I wouldn't know what else to do with it. So I just put it away. And I have notebooks full of partially done stories. And I don't know if they will ever be finished.
Well, I think it would be really neat to have, um, whether it be a children's book or maybe a slightly bigger book that has the whole like adventures of Omlandia, like to get a chance
Yes.
to know a lot more about, you know, like how we have the Wizard of Oz, we have
Right.
Oz. It would
Yes.
really be awesome to get to know a lot more about Omlandia.
Well, that's the plan. This book, is just the beginning. I am working on an ABC book,
Mm-hmm.
and that will be fairly easy because I have so much artwork to draw on for that. But after that, yes, adventures, the Draglings adventures, yes.
Oh, I get
That's
to
going to be
see
so fun.
that is going to be a blast. I mean, like I can like see it in my head, like, and I would so get every one of those. Um, Cynthia wants to know, would you consider collaborating with a writer to get your stories done?
Well, I am I am doing that with the ABC book, especially. And again, on the bedtime storybook, I had an editor, and she helped a lot, and with adjusting things and kind of rewriting things here and there and such. And I'm sure I will probably be working with a writer on the adventure stories. I can come up with a certain amount of things myself, but the dialogue between the characters, what do you describe? How do you describe getting from one location to another in the story? Things like that. I will need help with.
Okay. Now I know you mentioned like how much of a different adventure doing your book has been than your artwork. Do you kind of feel like that you've had to kind of like almost start at square one with the whole new process?
Yes, it is so different than what I had done. The art show business had worked for many years, but it I guess it's like anything you do for that long of a period of time. You get used to it. You've got it figured out. It's not that challenging anymore. It's a matter of just producing artwork, packing it up in the van, driving there, setting up. It's kind of the same thing over and over and over. And this is so exciting because it is so different, and it's just a new adventure for me, and I'm really enjoying this.
And Brandy, you realize sitting here listening to him talk about writing, and that's a challenge for him. As a former writing teacher, I'm sitting on my hands just going, okay, I can help you with this. I can help you with this. Can't help with art, but I can help with writing. I really can.
Interesting.
I can help with transition. I can help with stream of consciousness, where you write and write and write, and all you have to write is, I have nothing to say at this point. I can't think of anything. And then when you do have something to say, you write about it. Again, I was a writing teacher. So again, I'm not a professional publicist or whatever,
Uh-huh.
but I can help get you out of a writer's block for sure, because I was dealing with fourth graders that hated to write. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
just write. It doesn't matter how it's spelled. It doesn't matter what it is. Just write. And I had some kids that were horrible. Well, they thought they were horrible writers and hated to write, and they ended up as writers.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, that's very good to know.
So again, If you have writer's block, again, I am not a professional by any means, but I was a teacher, a writing teacher, and
Okay.
I can help because I want this children's book out there.
Yes. All right.
Oh, I know. I definitely want that story. I'm not a. I mean, I do a little dabbling in writing, but my main thing is math and science. So you ever have math or science questions, I can help you. But and Mindy wants to know: have you thought of having different types of products produced on something like Redbubble?
I believe I have looked at Redbubble. I forget what all they have, such as I believe they have like mugs and endless products.
Yeah, I think they've got like towels. You can do towels and
really?
T-shirts and.
I haven't looked into it seriously, but yes, I'd like the draglings produced on all kinds of products. Actually, I think there need to be like pillowcases and bed sheets and wallpapers and such, for kids' rooms would be wonderful.
Oh, I could see that. And I could tell you right now something else, because I know that you had the figurines, but maybe something that even as an adult, look, I'm not ashamed to admit that I would want it, is like a plushie of, the draglings, a stuffed animal.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Those are all projects that I need to explore and try to figure out. And of course, I've got to give a huge amount of credit to the two companies that have really got me to this point. And Heaven and Earth Designs, which I've been with for cross stitch, for many, many years, has been absolutely wonderful as far as getting my artwork out there and getting it known kind of around the world. And then on top of that, Diamond Art Club has just been amazing. Not only the quality of their products, but their worldwide distribution, the way they support the customers, the way they have helped me promote my work. They're just amazing.
I love
Absolutely agree.
Naomi says, I'm 40 and I would still buy dragling bed sheets. Naomi, me too. And a blanket and towels.
I agree. I don't ever plan on growing up,
Now, I say I enjoy, I teach high schoolers, but, I still consider myself a kid, because you're only as old as you feel. Now, granted, sometimes these kids make me feel old, but but then I get a chance to come home and I look at your draglings and I'm instantly transported back to that child wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley wants to know, how did you get involved with DAC? Did they contact you or did you?
No, I contacted them, and it's been about 2 years ago. I had heard of diamond painting, and I actually asked around some various people, some people that had done cross stitch and such, and what was a good diamond painting company, and they said Diamond Art Club would be the best. So I contacted them and said, would you be interested in my artwork? And they did. And, it all kind of took off from there.
Well, I can say they've done a really good job with rendering your artwork. I will have to say that one of the things besides just the whimsical that has drawn me to your paintings is that I absolutely love all the color that you put, and it's not like super over color. It's just this magical color.
Vibrant. It's vibrant. It really is.
Yes, the turning them into diamond paintings even make the colors more vibrant.
Oh, yes,
the little
absolutely.
Diamonds are it just amazing how the colors come out. Yes.
Just by any chance, could we possibly see a couple of the pictures in your book?
Oh, sure. I'm sure there are things here that have probably not been produced as diamond paintings. Try to make sure there's no reflection here. Title page. There's the first page.
Oh, look
See that.
I love them.
Let me see. What else has there been done? No, this was actually a very small drawing I did, but it's
The
it's
cookie.
called
Look at that big cookie.
it tastes better when we share.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Actually, I believe I had done that original as a wedding gift for some friends of mine many years ago. This one is called Dragon Wagon.
oh,
Oh, how cute.
how precious.
These need to come out as diamond paintings very soon.
They
Very
probably
soon.
will. Something I was telling Brandy earlier, that Diamond Art Club has bought a quantity of these books also. They have not told me how they're going to be marketing them or what they're going to be doing with them, but I'm sure they have great ideas behind it. So we shall have to wait
I
and
just
see.
hope we get to have them as diamond paintings. That's awesome.
And here's trying to feed the fish a cookie.
Oh, that is so precious. Oh my God, I love that one.
And there's quite a few. Moonlight Serenade.
Yeah.
Singing in the moonlight. And
So
if we
pretty.
go back, let's see now. Some of these you've seen. I've got a few bath pieces here. Where do we go back to? Here's one of my favorites. This is called Sleep Tight. Putting their teddy bear and their
The dragon is putting the bear to bed. Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
Oh.
And then the last page of the book it's called Sleepy Time, where they're both asleep in their bunny slippers.
They're both in the bunny slippers. Look at them. Oh,
Yeah, the DAC had one of them asleep in the bunny slipper, but that has
Yes.
two. Oh,
Yeah, that was
oh my
Fireside.
gosh.
Yes. So anyway,
Oh.
that's quite a few of the pieces in there.
and I know that we had talked about this once before, because on your website you do have a few coloring pages.
Yes.
And are you possibly considering trying a coloring book for those of us?
Absolutely.
All
That was
right. Yay.
again, that was one of my projects that I started back quite a few years ago. And I'm very good at starting projects and then becoming very critical of what I'm doing and going, okay, it's just not good enough, and putting it aside. Well, that's one of those projects. And now I have some coloring books. I bought of Hannah Lynn, one of her books. She does amazing coloring books. And Jeff Haney has a wonderful coloring book. And some friends of mine, Rick Lorenz has a wonderful coloring book. And so I've got copies of all those, and it's just inspiring me to look at them going, I've got to do my own coloring book.
Oh, because we would definitely, I'm telling you, that would for sure go. And, that would be something that kids would love also, being able to color their own draglings. Adults, I'd color my own draglings.
Well, and again, I love Hannah Lynn. I love Jasmine Beckett Griffith.
Yes, her too.
I love Sherry Baldy. I mean, they're just different styles, but they make me very happy.
Yes.
And they've got coloring books out there. I definitely think you should get a coloring book out there. I would be all over that.
Mary Lou, you can get his book at randalspangler.com, his website. And it's on that very front page. And you'll even get his signature when you get your book. So that'll be something super special.
And if someone can link that website in the comments below, Brandy and I would be greatly appreciative of that, just so people can hit the link.
Yeah, because now that I'm on my computer, I can't type anything.
Did Reading Tree for the last event, actually gave it to my children's school library. Oh, that's awesome. That's great, yes. Again, your artwork is hanging in a school library. That's amazing.
Actually, one of the things, besides the art festivals I went to, I also used to go to some library conventions, such as school librarians. There's many different library conventions, types of them. So, and I went to those for a few years also, and that was a lot of fun.
Well, and what's so funny is I purchased a painting. I will not name the name. I will not name the company, but this was way back when I first started diamond painting.
Mhm.
And this was an artist that was not licensed with the company. So essentially it was stolen artwork, which
Yeah.
I don't approve of because I believe all of you guys need to be paid. So I bought the reading tree and I thought, I might do this instead. And I promised my librarian I had done a diamond art club with ladybugs for my counselors. And my counselor, when I was a principal at elementary, was trying to explain what a counselor did to 5-year-olds. And she showed him a picture of a ladybug. And she said, I'm the lady you tell what's bugging you. And so I did a ladybug diamond painting for my counselors at my last junior high. And then my librarian came into me and said, I'm very jealous. I'm just very jealous. And I said, well, I had a painting, but I said, I'm not unboxing it on my channel. It's not licensed artwork. I don't, subscribe to that. But I said, I have another one. So I think I'm going to take the reading tree to my friend Rebecca, who is a librarian. So it's
That's
so
wonderful.
cute.
Actually, the lady that bought the original to the reading tree is I forget her position, but I believe she's a head librarian. She has been a head librarian in various cities, and she now is in Key West, Florida. But she has that original and a couple others also.
Wow. Well, you can't be a head librarian without getting that one.
Jeanette wants to know, does your book ship to Canada?
I can ship it to Canada. What I have, and again, this is another learning experience. I have actually gotten orders from a variety of countries. And what I am finding out is the shipping to these other countries is quite expensive. Canada, shipping to Canada, it was approximately $21 was the cheapest I found.
Oh,
So
wow.
yes, I can ship to Canada, but we will have to work out if you go through my website in the back, in there it talks about additional shipping needed for international orders. So we would contact you, and then you could through PayPal pay the difference in shipping compared to what I am charging. I'm charging $6. So it would be the difference between the $6 and the 21, so $15 more. But
Right. And if anyone's on here, we have friends from England and Australia.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of them are on here, but diamond painting is really big in those areas.
Yes.
I'm certain it would be the same amount. So that's good to know.
Well, actually, yeah. Now, to Australia was the most expensive. We are finding that shipping to Australia is closer to $70. It was quite a shock to find that. But if you could get together with some friends, I mean, that's like going to Canada. 1 book, 2 book, 3 books, 4 books would be about the same shipping. So, if you could join together with someone and, we ship you 3 or 4 books, that would bring the shipping per person down to a reasonable rate.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
get together with some friends.
Yes.
Do you have possibly any plans now that your book is out, like maybe doing any book tours, like maybe even to schools or to whatever for?
Well, I have not thought about that. I just yesterday had a request for a, what would it call it? I guess it'd be something kind of like what we're doing now, a video setup to talk to a grade school class. And, I have not gone any further with that, but that will probably happen. As far as bookstores and such, right now, being that the book is self-published, I don't have the connections that big publishers have as far as distribution to lots of bookstores and such. But those are all things I need to figure out.
Marilyn wants to know, will there be limited copies with your signature?
All of them that I am selling off my website will be signed.
That's amazing. That is
And
amazing.
I know that's something that I'm super excited about. I can't wait to be able to get my book, because I did purchase mine. I want to say last night. So I was like, yay. I got in there because I was like, I don't want them to sell out before I could get one.
Okay, Cheryl says add a book for a prize for the event, and then Cheryl also says, Randall, I have a friend who works for Random House. All right, obviously Random House needs to know about you.
And
Just
Random House is a big publisher.
It is. It is. And you know, I think at some point maybe I would connect to a large publisher. I've not talked with any. Uh, for my first book, it's kind of nice to been able to do it just the way I want to do it. I did talk with a local publisher here that wanted to print it a couple years ago, and except one of their things was, we love the way the book looks, but in the contract we still have the right to do what we want with it.
Oh.
And that kind of scared me. And then they said, we have the right to the first rights to your next two books. So
Right.
that kind of turned me off a little bit there. You know, because I'm new at this and I really am obsessed with doing things just the way I want to do it, even though it may not be the right way. I'm learning a lot, and it's very satisfying to do it the way I want to.
Yeah, because you want to have control over. I mean, these are your babies. This
Yes.
is your
Yeah.
world. And you want it out there, in your way, and I don't blame you on that.
Yeah.
I think there was one other question I had, like, now that you have your book, and and I know it's going to get into the hands of kids, which is awesome. Have you contemplated maybe posters that could go along with, like reading posters to go along with your books?
Never even thought about such a thing. No, I'm not quite familiar with that, or what you would do with them.
Well, it's kind of like, how you have your draglings with your books and the paintings. It's just like one of those, where you have like your dragling and you have them reading a book, and then you just have like a little saying, like draglings read, or read like a dragling. Just little thing. I just think it's cute.
That
it's
would
for
be a good
teachers
idea.
to put up.
That would be a very nice idea, especially if schools and bookstores would like to buy the books wholesale and then promote it in ways like that. I think that would be wonderful.
Right, because I could see your book being able to be available through, like, some companies may actually buy a lot of them to put into book fairs, and for kids, because I could see them going right to that book. I could see them going to your books and just devouring it.
Someone's asking about a calendar, which kids very much vacillate to at book fairs. They love the calendars.
Do not have plans for a calendar at this time. I would love to do calendars. I think for that, I would like to maybe work with a calendar company that has a large distribution.
Right.
Self-publishing a calendar would be a bit of a challenge, because to get the price down so you can sell them at a reasonable price, you've got to print a large quantity of calendars, and then you've got to sell a large quantity of calendars really fast, because they're going to be out of date in a couple months, or however long.
That is true.
Someone suggested Scholastic, which is a huge publisher of kids.
Oh yes,
stuff.
I'm familiar. Well, I believe they're here. They publish Harry Potter, I do believe.
Yes. Yep. And Scholastic is great. They, again, do their artists and their authors very well.
Yeah, I want to say that was one of the reasons why I don't know, J.K. Rowling did go with them as well, was because they let her have her world,
Yes.
because that's her world, and she had control over it, and so um, they're pretty good about that, and they're really good about promoting, especially all throughout schools and stuff like that.
Oh, yes, yes. I remember in grade school, they would be scholastic books that they certain time of year you could buy whatever scholastic books you wanted, and that was a
Oh,
big
Do you
deal.
remember that thin piece of paper we used to like check off the books we wanted and our parents attached a check to it? That was the scholastic. Like, I mean, I remember
I
that
think
like it was
so.
yesterday. And my mother was like, Kara, you're ordering too many books. I'm like, but I love to read.
Oh, I know. My mom, she did not like seeing that paper come home, because I'm like, "Hey, mom." She's like, "Oh, good Lord. How about you just tell me which ones you didn't check on there?" But then we would look forward to the book fair. And I'm not ashamed to admit that as a teacher of high school, I would go over to the middle school when they would have their book fair, and I'd go buy me books.
Yeah, the funny part was our parents really couldn't tell us no because yes, we were wanting a lot of books, but we were reading. We were reading. And so how bad is reading, right? So my
Right,
mother would be like,
right.
okay.
And I think that's another reason why I fell in love with your paintings, is because, and especially it hits that reader in me. I love reading, and I love dragons, and I love chocolate chip cookies and chocolate. So like to
Me
have
too.
all of those worlds combine, and I think it's something that kids will see it, and it they start identifying with the little draglings, and it could even get kids to read who might not normally be big readers to start with, which is
Yeah,
amazing.
that would be great. Yes.
All right. Scholastic book orders filled my classroom. Oh my gosh. Yeah, everyone is saying it was such an exciting day taking my Scholastic book form and money to school.
Uh-huh.
So funny.
Yeah, Mindy says she's missing her classroom now.
Mhm.
You can have mine, Mindy. You want mine? We don't have the Scholastic books. We have other stuff.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, who is coming on besides us next, Brandy?
I know after us usually, but I'm not sure if she's going on or not, is Crystal's Crafty Creations comes on after me usually. But I haven't looked at my messages to find out if she is coming on or not.
Okay. Well, I'm just thinking we have kept Randall for, I'm sorry, can I call you Randall? I just keep
Randall,
saying, I just
that's
keep
fine.
thinking I need to call you Mr. Spangler.
Nah.
Sorry, it's a little, ooh. We've kept him for an hour and a half and, no, just my, okay. Just if anyone has any further questions before we go, I don't want to keep Randall any longer than necessary. So any more questions?
Yeah, I'm just looking to see if anybody else has any
You're
other
welcome,
questions.
Karen. Was this not a complete thrill? I mean, I know Brandy is dying because again, she was who got me hooked on Mr. Spangler. Sorry, Randall, I
It's
just keep
okay.
doing that.
It's okay.
But it's been such a thrill and such a pleasure to have you on. It's been so much fun to have my bestie, Mystria Diamonds, on here. Um, thanks to everyone for being on here. And again, thank you, Randall, for answering questions and
Sure.
just being the kind and just the person you are.
And I am really I'm really grateful that that you've done this. I was really grateful that you came to the crafting retreat for other people to get to meet you. And I'm sure people have absolutely loved hearing about the kind, and which I already knew how kind of a heart you had, but to be able to hear the story about how you take care of the animals, and it means a lot for us to get a chance to see inside of the world of our favorite artist, and to see how wonderful of a guy that you actually are. And you've just been so kind and wonderful to us. And I really thank you. And I hope you don't mind me giving them a little sneak into what the final time that you will be coming on will be. Do you
No.
mind?
No.
Okay. So for those that don't know, at the end of this collab on the 29th, which we will be live on my channel, Mr. Spangler, Randall, and Kara will be on my channel, and we're going to get an opportunity to see him working actually on the painting that someone is going to win. We're going to get to kind of see where he works, and that is something that I know I am super excited to find out.
I'm going to have to
Even
do a
though
little
we
bit of.
can't win, darn it. But we're happy to give it to one of you. And thank you again, guys, for being so supportive. And again, Brandy and I are so thankful to Mr. Spangler, Diamond Art Club, DP with Sparklers, Bella Art Day Nicole for their donations to this collab. Again, thank you guys so much. Great people, great companies, and we are grateful.
You were fixing to say something, Randall. I'm sorry. When we were
I was just thinking about my workspace and thinking I'm going to have to clean it up a little bit before I put it on.
Hey,
Put it
look,
out there.
we kind of expect that, artists have their, it's your artist world, and trust me, we'll just be thrilled just to be able to see it. Trust me, everybody will just be like fascinated. I guarantee you.
We get it. My craft room needs a definite overhaul. I am getting close to not being able to walk in it because I keep collecting things that I think I need to craft with. And I'm going, no, this isn't okay.
I wanted to say this. Susan says, thanks for giving us a chance to know Randall Spangler a little better. Thanks, Mr. Spangler. I love all of your art so much.
Thank you.
And
Absolutely.
yes, as crafters, my craft room is an absolute disaster area because I get so much stuff in. The only things that are in their little pristine conditions are all of my Spanglers. Because
I know, Brandy. I know that.
they actually have their own little container that they are all in.
Randall, she calls me every week that you're coming out and she says, oh no, I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble. There's another Randall Spangler coming out.
Yeah,
and I'm like, yeah, I'm possibly in trouble too.
Yeah, my husband's gotten to the point where he'll ask me, he'll go, please tell me a Spangler's not coming out this weekend. And I'll be like, so like this past weekend, I was like, hey honey, guess what? He went, oh, let me guess, a Spangler's coming out. Like, yes. So he already knows.
My husband is not that familiar with diamond painting. I mean, he's kind of gotten familiar since I've gotten my channel and everything. But I told him, I said, you're on a business call. Spangler is coming on in 15 minutes. Don't come inside. Don't make any noise. It's my live. And he's like, Randall Spangler? And I'm like, you know who he is? And he's like, yes, you've only been talking about him 24/7 with Brandy. He said, I know you're working on one. He goes, it looks really good. And I'm like, okay, well,
Well, I tell you, I am super excited for you to be able to get this one, because I am actually once I finish tonight, I will be halfway done, and I cannot wait for you to. And you'll have to let me know, since I did put glow in the dark drills for your fireflies, except for not the firefly dragons, but the firefly heart.
Yeah.
You'll have to let me know what you think, but I am super excited it's such an honor to get to do this painting and send it to you, because I can't think of a Like, trust me, I don't get rid of my Spanglers. This is the only time that I am super happy to be like, yes, please. I want you to be able to have it. So,
Well, that I'm really looking forward to it. I know where I'm going to hang it. I'm going to hang it right behind my drawing table in my
oh, that's
room.
so awesome.
And
That's
actually
awesome.
I have not seen any of these in person finished, so that'll be a real treat to see that.
Well, I am so excited, but thank you. I can't thank you so much for being so patient and coming on and being here with us. And you'll be back again at the end of the month. And y'all don't forget, he is actually going to pick, like, he's going to pick a number. I'm going to give him a range and he's going to pick a number. And that number is, when I look at the spreadsheet, that number is the one who gets to win. And he won't know what name it is because I've got the spreadsheet. So he is actually going to be picking the number for that special print. So I am super excited for that.
All right, guys, thank you everyone for being here. Again, Randall Spangler, thank you for being here. It has been such a pleasure and a treat to talk with you and to allow people to ask questions and just being here and being the kind, humble, and gracious person you are. We appreciate it. We know how busy you are, and this took some time. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's been
Yes,
fun.
thank you so much.
All right. Love you guys. We'll see you next week. And again, at the end of the month, I believe it's the 29th of November, Randall Spangler will be on Brandy's live. We are going live over me. I'm not going live that day. It's going to be Brandy's live at 6 o'clock Central. So, and that's when the prizes will be chosen. So, again, grateful to all of you for being here. Grateful to my bestie and my partner, Mystria Diamonds, and grateful to you, Mr. Spangler, for being here and taking the time.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye, guys.